Thinking about it now, those memories that have not appeared in his mind for more than 10 years are still vivid after so long. At that time, Sarah was just a follower. Wearing a thick cotton-padded jacket, like a small cotton ball, her little hands stretched out from the sleeves of the cotton-padded jacket, grabbing the corners of her clothes tightly, and would not let go. At that time, she always put the same word, Charlie, on her lips. Her voice was sweet and waxy, and she was a little bit shy. It was really cute. However, that place he loved most when he was a child, he hasn't been there for 18 years. Thinking of this, Charlie's heart was full of nostalgia. So he asked her, "Sarah, is your courtyard on the back beach still there?" "Yeah," Sarah said with a smile. "That is a protected building, and it is not allowed to be demolished. My dad spent a lot of money to renovate it 2 years ago. If the traffic in the city center is not too heavy, we would all want to move there for permanent residence." As she said, she couldn't hide her excitement and asked, "Charlie, do you want me to take you there now?" The memories in Charlie's mind swarmed, and his heart suddenly became excited, and he blurted out, "Okay." After receiving Charlie's definitive answer, Sarah danced happily, ran back to the room, and immediately changed into a thick long down jacket. To prevent people from seeing her, she also brought a warm mask and a furry hat with 2 cute rabbit ears. In addition, she also holds a pair of round-framed black-rimmed eyes in her hand. After wearing it, she is a cute and adorable girl. She has a great style, a deviation, who will make all men crazy in love with her. In fact, in Sarah's bones, she is a cute and strange girl. She has a simple mind, no love experience, no experience of getting along with the opposite S3X, and no secretive thoughts like those girls outside. Charlie saw the shadow of his childhood from her face. Looking back now, Sarah was the sweet burden of his childhood. The reason why I say it is a sweet burden is that, although he doesn't want her to be with him every day, calling him Charlie like a stalker, but deep in his heart, he really enjoys the feeling of turning around him. Sarah saw Charlie look at her a little lost, her pretty face suddenly flushed, and she said timidly, "Charlie, why are you looking at me like this?" Charlie came back to his senses and smiled awkwardly and politely and said, "It's just that I suddenly thought of things when I was young, and I was a little distracted." Sarah's heart was sweet and joyful. She lowered her eyelids slightly, and whispered, "Let's go quickly." In order not to expose Sarah's identity as much as possible, Charlie and she drove the humble old Volvo all the way from the villa area to the city center. Wye is in the center of Eastcliff, and it can be said to be one of the most prosperous places in the city. Moreover, this place has not been overdeveloped. The old courtyard houses are well protected. If you want to see the life of the Eastcliff, you have to come to this place. More than half an hour later, Sarah drove into an alley near Wye Lake. From this slightly narrow alley, it is difficult to tell whether every household in it is an ordinary family or a large family. In Eastcliff, there are 2 kinds of people who live in the courtyard. One is a very poor person who lives in an old bungalow. There may not even be a toilet at home. You need to run to the public toilet every day. Even in the middle of the cold winter, you have to get up and run to the public toilet. There is also a very wealthy person. If you want to live in a courtyard house, you must first have enough money to make the courtyard house very livable. Because courtyards are mostly single-story buildings, from the outside, no one can see what the inside looks like. Only when you come in will you find the differences. Some courtyards are crowded with briquettes, bicycles, and kimchi jars full of aisles. It is very difficult to walk. There are also many shabby-built shacks and there are many safety risks. But there are also courtyards, from the outside, they do not show the mountains or do, and are not eye-catching at all, but after entering, they found that there is a cave inside. This is the case with Sarah's courtyard house. Other people's courtyards are crowded and messy, while Gu's courtyards are carden and antique. Inside, there is not only a whole piece of white marble carved into the wall, but also 9 carden tamarins with different poses.